Hi guys, in this video I just wanted to chat about a few important things about how foreskin works that a few of you guys may not be aware of, and this is just something I've discovered myself over time. I'm not a urologist or any expert, but there's just no one's really ever clearly explained to me the different parts, and I just thought I'll show you how it all works in relationship to scratching and why it's very important to understand this. Now, to start this, I'm going to have to show you my penis. Today, this is my penis. Conveniently named Woody as well, if you can see that down the bottom there. So, usually when it comes to things like phimosis and tight foreskin, the limiting factor is usually not actually the foreskin itself, rather sometimes the frenulum, or often it's the phimotic ring, or this goes by other names such phimotic ring, or also the rigid band is what is also sometimes referred to. Now I'd just like to go over my model penis here. Imagine this here is the shaft of the penis and here are the glands, and try to imagine this condom that's covering it as the foreskin. Now this part down here would be somewhat likened to the inner foreskin. And now here is the phimotic band, this black rubber band here I put on. And now, if we're going to make it a real penis, you'll imagine now this bit that's tucked over, that I've just tucked over now, that's like the outer foreskin. Now you'll see as I try to pull down, the limitation's not so much coming from the foreskin, however the limitation is actually by the phimotic band. Now, let's just manually push this down a bit here now. Now, why is this relevant to scratching? You might, for example, manage to dig your fingers in under the phimotic ring, like you get them in under, like so, if I can do this right now. So you got your fingers under, and, but when you scratch, you might be scratching like this. And see, the foreskin, just like this condom representation, it's very elastic. That's not really what needs to be scratched. So you might feel, oh wow, look how much I'm scratching. But in reality, you're not actually scratching the phimotic ring that much. Let me bring it back up here for another demonstration. And I think guys that are using these, FemCure, these rings to increase the size, sometimes they can be used incorrectly, and it can create the illusion that you're scratching the phimotic ring when you're really just scratching the looser parts of the foreskin, the more scratchy part of the foreskin. Now if my penis will play good, I'll get it back to how it was. Now another example of a possible mistake is if you happen to be gripping a part of the foreskin like this and you're pulling it, you'll find that you're pulling the foreskin a fair bit, not really activating that much scratching on the phimotic ring. And even more so, sometimes you might have the FemCure rings, and you might even scratch a bit up here like this, and you're grabbing these top parts here, scratching this part of the foreskin, and the phimotic ring's not even been activated at all. So imagine like if you had the rings in this top part up here, scratching this bit here. Wow, look how wide it's scratching, but the phimotic ring is not being scratched at all. So this is an important thing, that when you're scratching, you need to make sure you're targeting the phimotic ring. Well, I've just broken my penis now, and this will be the conclusion of my demonstration, but please feel free to post any comments or questions regarding this topic.